I think that abortion has become much less of an issue. It's a very small, I think it's actually going to be a very small issue. What I've done is I've done what every Democrat and every Republican wanted to have done, and we brought that issue back to the states.
Lying to your face. Now, if you are a woman, you just heard two things, okay? Abortion's not a big deal, and the former president's not wrong. It's not a big deal. It's a single procedure within an entire basket of opportunities that became a right once and was now taken away. And the second thing you just heard is Democrats wanted to get rid of Roe v. Wade. If women decide to vote on this, and we don't know because we haven't seen them tested since this happened, this could be a big deal. Latest polls show Harris getting a bump with women, 54-41 over Trump. Can he get back? He does not have an equal margin with men, and more women vote than men. Let's ask three of the smartest women I know. Former national co-chair of Bernie Sanders' 2020 presidential campaign, Nina Turner. Journalist and political commentator, Scottie Nell Hughes. And Republican strategist, Rina Shah. Scottie, Nina, Rina. You know, I played football for the Long Island Tomahawks with Scottie Nina Rina. He was good. He was good. Not as good as me. Anyway, I start with you, Scottie Nell Hughes. When you look at this issue, how do you see it differently than I set it up?
Well, respectfully, Chris, once again, Donald Trump is right. There was not a single ballot in any state legislature against the IVF. This was an issue that Democrats knew could be something that they could put into their wind of their sails to send them to Election Day. And all Donald Trump did is he took that wind out when he said, guess what? I agree with you. IVF is an amazing procedure. It's something to help. Republicans want life. It's Democrats who were fighting to actually end life. Republicans want it. And all he did was take it, a very expensive procedure, and make it more opportunistic, more available to families who desperately want to have it. That's all this is. But there was no IVF bill across the country. Democrats made this a national issue. Trump took it back to the state.
All right. Now, I don't know that it's only an IVF bill that makes it the issue for the Democrats. So let me ask Nina, is it better now for Trump because he took the wind out of the sails with IVF?
Absolutely not. I mean, you can't on one end just push for women to be able to have children and then on the other side of it take away their total bodily autonomy. You got to have both. So while I salute him on that, that is not enough to change the consequences for not only his actions, the right-wing United States Supreme Court, the right-wingers running states all across this country, making women have to jump over hurdles state to state, running away as fugitives just to have a reproductive health procedure if they need it. And Chris, his vice presidential candidate pick is a mitigated disaster. This man was asked a question about how to lower the cost of child care, and he talking about putting grandma and grandpa, give them more time. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Republicans want to increase the retirement age. So this is not the way to do these things. And Vance talks about women in a very off-putting way, and his unfavorable ratings are worse than Governor Sarah Palin right now.
Hold on, you're filibustering on Vance. I don't care about Vance. I'm talking about the reproductive rights issue.
You
can bash him in a different segment. Yeah, I know you did. You filibustered. Now I want to go to Rina. Rina Shah is America, okay? She is from West Virginia. She is Indian. She is Republican, but she is very open to the meaning of reproductive rights and that one was taken from women in this country. It's like she is everything you can be in this country, and she joins us now. So, Rina, the issue of reproductive rights, is President Trump right when he says, I don't think it's going to be a big issue to vote on?
Well, Chris, I only have one slight correction. I'd be remiss if I didn't say I'm just an American. I'm not Indian. I'm of Indian descent, similar to the VP. But look, my conservative value. No. I really am just an American. We got to get that straight because I don't like the hyphenation. I don't like the identity politics. It really turns me off because at the end of the day, all American mothers want the same thing. And I think that's what you're getting at. I'm representing this cross section of women, right? And it's real. When you're a millennial like me, raising 3 tiny kids, you're thinking about the cost of living every day. But moreover, you're thinking who's actually working for me. And I'm not trying to put anybody in a box here, but when I saw Donald Trump have his grandchildren on the stage of the RNC, I was expecting a heck of a lot more than the word salad I got today from him at the Economic Club of New York when he was asked a question on childcare, and he served up the mother of all word salads today. He could not speak intelligently about the issue. He even tied it into international taxation. And this is a shame, Chris, because this was stunning to me. Recently, I came across a startling statistic, from the 19th News, which is an incredible resource. And it was shocking about single mothers. And how many American single mothers are living in poverty? Something like 28% compared to American single dads who are living in poverty, which is about 15%. So that there's a vast delta there. That's shameful for a country that has a divorce rate of 42%. Who's thinking about these people? The Republican Party I used to serve on Capitol Hill was talking about strengthening the American family. We can't do it when we've got American mothers in poverty and we're not hearing enough pro-parent policies from either camp. A smidge more from Kamala Harris, and I expect she'll give us more, but Trump really let people down today.
All right, I can't, you're right that I should just say you're American and you have Indian heritage like I have Italian heritage. I give you that point. I do not give you the one about Harris giving more specificity. There are no plans on her website, Rina. There are literally no, anyway, but I give you the other point.
She did mention a tax credit, Chris, the 6,000 newborn.
Yes, no, I know, but you got to tell me. You got to tell me how you're going to pay for it. I know. You got to tell me how you're going to pay for it and why it's different. Why it's different from Trump. So, Scottie, in fairness, there was a lot of points here made beyond reproductive rights. So, in winning women, we've talked about reproductive rights and your take on that. But on the economic realities that face women, a lot of whom are heads of households, can Trump do anything on that?
Well, you're absolutely right, because there's more to women's health than just reproductive rights. And I think that is a very key element why women are going to continue to look at Trump. They're still testing the waters with him and why his numbers are probably better than most Republicans are at this stage of the game. But when you're looking exactly what my colleague just said, your life today is not better than it was 3 years ago. And a woman has been empowered. That woman is Kamala Harris, and she's done nothing for females in the United States. At least under Donald Trump, pre-COVID hitting, women were doing better. They actually felt our economy was doing better, both short and long term. They had better access. We were making strides. But unfortunately, as a woman is our vice president, and we know that she's probably been in the presidency for the last few months, you had seen no changes. And that right there is the reason why women are not going to stick with Kamala, because if she wanted to make such a difference, she'd do it right now. She wouldn't wait till she just had the title.
All right. Well, except without the title, you don't have any power, and I've never heard of a vice president getting any legislation passed.
The president, vice president.
That's all right, Chris.
She can lobby it.
She's not the president. She's not the president.
She's
anyway,
in the second
the guy on the beaches, the guy on the beach getting sunburnt, putting SPF on, is the one making the decision?
You name me a vice president who wasn't, 25th Amendment ascendant into the position of a president who did anything. Come on, give me a break.
Name me a vice president that people put the faith and trust in it to put him at the top of the ticket because they didn't have faith and trust in the top of the ticket. It's different times right now, and you have to hold Kamala accountable.
She's in the second chair.
In America today.
You can't blame her.
She's in the second chair. Nina's right about that.
That's right.
Vice president's no joke, but that's it. I got to jump her. I'm going to get.
Again, you're saying woman has no power. Got it.
Oh, stop. And what did Pence do? The only thing he did, he had to do. He said it was a decision for him to certify the election. He had no other choice. What did he do the whole time? Come on. Anyway, I got to go. I'm getting yelled at by Dusty. A fourth woman who's one of the smartest women I know is yelling at me.
Bring us back.
I got to go. I got to listen. They think I'm the boss, but I'm not. Scottie Nell Hughes, thank you very much. Rina Shah, thank you. Always great to see you, Nina Turner. You see that? All different perspectives. Nobody said a mean thing about anybody but me. That's the way it should be.